Before we get to your weather, check out this rainbow over Little Seavey Lake. Sandy sent this in to us to celebrate the rain yesterday. Thanks, Sandy. Remember, you can always share your photos and videos with us using the Near Me section of the News Center Maine mobile app. That is very cool to see the rainbow in its full half moon glory.
Not even just like a little quarter, the whole thing.
Normally you see just like the little...
And it was very vibrant as well. Very exciting to see.
That has to be a good omen, right?
Exactly.
More rain on the way, maybe?
Perhaps. That's where the second half of the weekend, beginning of next week forecast comes in, and it gets a little tricky. So we'll talk about that more in a moment, but our high temperatures for today, significantly more fall-like. It was cool yesterday, but I feel like today is the first day this week that it really felt like it, especially with 80s earlier in the week. Our normal high temperature is 62, so a lot of us were in the 50s today, a couple of upper 40s even. At this point, we have almost no cloud cover across the state, so almost no cloud cover combined with our wind speeds calming down during the overnight hours. That means our overnight lows are going to be very cold. That means we have a freeze warning in effect for the southern half of the state here. The only reason the entire state is not in a freeze warning is because northern Maine already saw their freeze. So they don't have the freeze warning in effect. That's for the areas here shaded in blue, and that's in effect until 8 a.m. tomorrow, but statewide temperatures are going to be at or below freezing. But by the time we get to early tomorrow morning, things start to warm up a little bit. A lot of sunshine thanks to an area of high pressure, perhaps some of those fair weather cumulus clouds in the afternoon. And then Saturday, in my opinion, is the pick of the weekend. It's going to be a little bit warmer. High temperatures will be in the mid-60s and a lot of sunshine. But then we start to see on Sunday clouds increasing from south to north. And that all has to do with this area of low pressure to our south. So it's actually a nor'easter, and it'll track up the coast as nor'easters do, but the big question here is just how far north does this system get? And that has been a little bit of a contentious question. The European model keeps the area of low pressure a little bit farther south, so areas of southern Maine are able to get some rainfall, but most of the state ends up remaining dry. However, the GFS model has been steadfast in bringing precipitation much farther north, and in that case, we would get a lot more widespread rain. I think the solution here is going to be a little bit in the middle. Your best chance of rain is certainly going to be in southern Maine, but I'm not sure we're going to see widespread precipitation like the GFS shows. However, we'll keep an eye on this system as it continues to develop throughout the rest of the week and into the weekend. Temperature trend shows that we're going to remain at or below average for much of that 7-day forecast, so the 80s that we saw at the beginning of the week, perhaps a thing of the past. Marine forecast sees 2 to 4 feet. Ocean temperature is 56 degrees. We'll take a look at that 7-day forecast. So tomorrow will be a very cold and very frosty morning for much of the state, in fact all the way down to the coastline. However, a nice afternoon with an area of high pressure. High temperatures will be about 60 degrees. A little bit warmer on Saturday, still a lot of sunshine, high temps in the mid-60s, increasing clouds on Sunday from south to north. And then Bailey will keep a close eye on that nor'easter for the rain and wind potential on Monday and Tuesday. Right now, I would say if you're in southern Maine, you might expect a couple of showers, but the farther north you are, the lower chance of precip. But we'll keep an eye on it as we do.
Seeing that 28 on the inland forecast, we are in fall.
Oh, yes, it is chilly.